Take it to the next level.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Coach Tiffany Parr with Phoenix Fitness Fanatics Magazine, elevating your mind, body, and spirit. Today, we are taking center stage on the Own It magazine and publishing platform with one of my favorite contributing writers. We are really celebrating with him today because this man has accomplished something that I'm sure a lot of us want to. So I'm going to go ahead and just bring him on in. Good morning, Jeffrey.
Hi, Tiffany. How are you?
I am fantastic. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing great, thank you. It's always great when I'm sharing the stage with you. So,
Thank you so much. The pleasure is all mine here, really, because you're just amazing. So let's just get to it. Just please share a little bit about who you are for anyone that has not met you yet. I know you've been on quite a few times, but just share who you are, where you're from, a little bit about what you do.
Okay, sure. So I'm Jeff Berger. I'm from Cape Coral, Florida. Now I should say I'm Dr. Jeffrey E. Berger, and which is a brand new title from Cape Coral, Florida. I am the CEO and founder of Abundance and Optimum Wellness, and I'm kind of rebranding myself by circumventing the system we can talk about during the show. But today I'm taking really as a holistic coach certification. I'm taking a finance first approach to diversifying my business, because as the owner of the Abundance and Optimum Wellness, I believe that we should all be living in abundance and optimum wellness physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. And so the first 4 to 5 years when I started in 2018, I was focused on gut health, the gut brain heart axis, to take care of some of my own health issues, coming off of 5 medications and losing 60 pounds and reducing stress, anxiety, and depression that was at a 10 plus for decades down to a level 1. And just recently, I've added the financial component to completing that formula, because I call it's a formula. And for true wealth, it's about physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and financial.
Absolutely. It all runs hand in hand, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So as a certified holistic coach, you're taking that financial, first approach, right? To encompass that holistic true wealth. What is that all about?
So, people say, well, what is holistic true wealth?
Right.
Or what is, my last season on my TV series was holistic financial fitness. What is holistic financial? Well, I take it back to when I was in 2018, my doctor wanted to put me onto a 6th medication. And that's when I said no. So what I did is I basically left that centralized medical system and started to explore holistic, because it's outside of the mainstream medical system, where you have more options, where all my doctor wanted to do is put me on more medication. So I did that with the health aspect of it. And as of today, I am pharmaceutical free since August of 2019. So 2 years ago, everybody's going through, there's struggles with so much that's going on globally. And 2 years ago, I was introduced to this financial aspect, and I was very skeptical, but I wasn't cynical. I was open to getting information because it was new to me. I never heard of it. Thinking I can't invest into high-end hotel resorts and commercial real estate. But I learned, and in 2 months after my own due diligence and reaching out to, question it, I hopped on board. And so that is the true wealth
Yeah.
aspect of it, the holistic true wealth, because it does incorporate the aspect of physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and financial. Because when I was coaching my students on health issues, gut issues, stress, anxiety, and depression, to educate them about holistic plant-based protocols that are science clinically trialed. Unfortunately, those types of protocols are rather expensive,
Right.
and the
Yeah.
majority are on pharmaceuticals. So companies need to, these small companies need to make money in order to survive. And my students had to drop out, unfortunately, because what was, if they got to pay their mortgage, their rent, their car payment, whatever, that's priority. And I totally understand. I
Right.
I was
Right.
there before too. So
Absolutely. And you notice, I mean, like when you talk about like the stresses of life,
mhm.
finances is probably the number one stress with everyone, especially
That's
in
right.
today's world, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that's what really prompted me in 2022 to really get out there and look for something, because I was just praying, please put me in front of somebody, because we lost just a little over $75,000 in the stock market in 2022. Our 401ks were turning into 101ks.
Hmm.
And, as we know, these systems, and I talk about circumventing the system, these
Right.
systems are built for, the elite who create these systems. And then the masses down here are putting the money in. They're benefiting from all this money. They're still they're barely surviving.
Right. Yeah.
So when I took all of, our 401ks out and put it into a diversified distribution of decentralization, and decentralization is all about taking the power and the control away from central, um, centralized systems, and putting it into a decentralized where you have more control
Right.
over where that money goes. And this is a whole big paradigm shift, because today, the rhetoric is don't buy Bitcoin, don't buy cryptocurrency, don't. But
Mm-hmm.
behind our backs, they're buying up the crypto, they're buying up
Right.
the Bitcoin, blah 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 blah. And then one day they'll come over and say, guess what? This is the new way of banking.
Right. Yeah.
So,
And they'll have it all. Right.
yeah, absolutely. So it's like, my whole thing is open your eyes. I encourage people to open their eyes
Yeah.
and start getting educated. That's what I did back in 2017. Because I tell this story. I'm an ex-software engineer of 27 years. 2009, 2010, I was offered 500 Bitcoin at 0.0017 cents. And I said, no, that's a scam. Well, if I would have jumped into it, I wouldn't be here today, probably.
Right.
I'd be on a beach eating bonbons or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then 2017, I just kept seeing all this the digital world, and and I didn't want any part of it, because I was done after 27 years of software engineering, and I didn't want to mine and trade on a daily basis and sit in front of a computer and watch this kind of stuff. And so I started to really educate myself one day at a time, and then I was introduced to this opportunity back in 2022.
Wow. Wow. So let's talk a little bit about this opportunity. So you were asked to be a global ambassador for this international real estate fractional ownership company. So let's
Exactly.
tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. So I jumped on board back in September of 2022,
Mhm.
and I wanted to explore it. I wanted to see what it would do. And over the next, between September and December, I was educating myself on the platform, the ecosystem, we call it, and then decided, you know what, this is something that people need. Because when I was introduced, I'm thinking, I don't have that kind of money.
Right.
But this platform is available for everybody, as low as $200, as high as $50,000 per package. There's a range, and then you can do multiple packages. So people can get in at a lower rate and start getting acquainted with these ecosystems, because there's ecosystems that are being built all over the world. What is an ecosystem? The ecosystem is in our business model. Real estate is the primary source, all right,
Okay.
of the business model. And then we're introducing ILMversity, and ILMversity is a metaverse educational system that is getting amazing results. I mean, we're written up in, Yahoo Finance and trends, market trends. We are getting recognition globally. By the time this comes out, maybe hopefully we'll have the Forbes magazine article that's coming out, as well as the heading out to Silicon Valley at the end of October. So Silicon Valley invited us, and that's a huge deal.
That
It's a
is.
huge deal. So we're building products and services within that ecosystem that people who come into the ecosystem will benefit from it. Eventually, we'll have a travel and tour. We'll have a real estate marketplace, so you can put your home on the blockchain technology, and you'll be able to sell it without a realtor. You'll sell it like that. Don't have to deal with anything with a real estate or realtors and banks and all that kind of stuff. So that's very, very cool. So that ecosystem is being developed, and we're solidifying that ecosystem and going live with certain projects. So in 2025, 2026, we can go completely on the market. And when I was in Dubai last summer, August, I went to a summit to really finalize my, put the nail in the coffin, if you will. I met all the directors. I met people from all over the world who are part of the ecosystem. I spoke with them, and it was very, very impressive. And before I left, I was asked by the CEO if I would be open to, being a global ambassador for North America. So what does that mean? I'm here in the United States bringing this business model because we're licensed in the United States to do this business, and just educate people. I'm here to educate people. Yes, we're all about sales because we're business owners. However, my whole thing is I want people to be educated first. And then if it's a good fit for them, great. If it's not a good fit for them, great. And that's my, business approach, because I don't like being pressured into sales. That's really, really not my thing. So if they want to take their time, that's fine.
Yeah. No, and I love it that, there's different levels there. So it doesn't leave anyone out. You can start, as you said, as little as 200 and, as much as 50,000. So and everything in between. So I really like that. My husband and I, we're very happy to, now be, part of this as well, and to be able to watch this grow. And I mean, and really it's because you've been that inspiration. So just kind of watching you and doing our research as well. Right? Because that's what it's all about. It's all about just making sure that you do your research. I know a lot of us out there have lost, money in Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency and the different things like that. Because there's a lot of scams out there. I mean, let's be real.
There are.
But this is, I mean, for you to be able to go and you've been around the world. I mean, we've had these conversations, and you've been able to meet other people that are involved, that are successful with it. So that right there is, that's golden, to me.
Yeah. So I'm heading to Malaysia next month, because that's where our summit is. It was actually, I was supposed to be in Sri Lanka right now. But the government was not, they were not approving visas. So we had to change it. But I do want to just talk about this for a second here, because people don't understand this idea of tokens and NFTs and coins. So this is a product that we have, and what makes us different, we're not a cryptocurrency business. We're a real world asset business. So when I purchase a token, when I purchase an NFT, when I purchase a coin, all of those are backed by real estate. So it's a real world asset, where if you buy, XRP or you buy Bitcoin, you can't touch it.
Right.
It's out there in, crypto world.
Yeah.
And as you say, people lost a lot of money. My first experience, we lost $125,000. So that was a very tough learning experience.
Absolutely.
But from there, you just learn what do you need to do from a due diligence perspective to making sure that, you're with the right company. So, and you know what? Here's the thing is that there's always risk. A company could go belly up or, something could, whatever. I mean, there could be anything that could happen. So we just, please make this work. So, but it's been going great. So that's the difference, is that we're real world asset, which is completely different from cryptocurrency. So, and that's what I really stress on people, because you have a piece of ownership in a property. And as they start renting that out, depending on the product that you have, you will get dividends off of that. All right. And it's just like Apple can be, Apple. So they have the Apple stock, and then they've got their iPhone, their iPad, their Mac Pro. So they got products and services underneath Apple. We're doing the same thing.
Okay.
But it's digitally.
Yeah. And I mean, and the cool thing too, I mean, you even have, the education piece as well. I mean, I'd love for you to share a little bit about, what they're doing with offering education.
Yeah, so they're developing their educational component, because we've got a brand new back end that they've just converted over last month. But for me, I created an ebook. It's titled A Beginner's Guide to Unlocking Global Pioneering Opportunity. And it really just gives a perspective of what is blockchain, what is cryptocurrency, what is and how does real estate play into this, and real world assets. So it gives them a foundation, in regards to what they're coming into. So it helps really educate them, and it's pulled from different resources with regards to the different areas of within this digital world, and so it really educates them from that perspective. So
bring that up so everyone can.
There we go. Yeah, that's a global pioneering opportunity. Yeah, so just scan that QR code, and you'll get the digital magazine, and there is a form to fill out with your name and your email. You will not be put onto an email list. I don't like email lists. But the only thing I'll do is reach out to you at some point to ask questions if you like the book, if you understood it, and if you have any questions or concerns about that. And that's the only, either once or twice I'll reach out. Okay, so cool.
So awesome. Very good. Very good. So everybody grab that resource. Most definitely. Okay.
Yes.
So Jeffrey, you just got back from Singapore. So we're talking about, you're a jet setter, okay? You're all over the place. So but this has been a very special trip. You received an honorary doctorate there in Singapore. So let's tell the audience a little bit about that. Congratulations. Oh my goodness, that's so exciting.
Thank you so much. It truly is an honor, and this was a long process. I was submitted back in early 2024, and it really is a compilation. It's UIPM, Universal Institute of Professional Management. So it's a compilation of the work that I've done over the years from a philanthropical perspective, because I was down in the Amazon rainforest planting trees in the Amazon in 2012. Okay. That's when I was in Amazon. And then with my holistic journey, with regards to holistic wellness and educating people, and then now bringing it into the financial aspect of it. And it's really about the betterment of humanity. And this is an organization that is global. The president of the United States is out in LA. So she's out there, and but it was really an honor. My wealth coach, Dr. Tahir Hussein, submitted the request, and then I had to send in all kinds of stuff. But it's really an honor, and next year we're going to be going to the UN.
Wow.
So that will be an interesting trip. We'll see what happens there. But they do projects all over the world and really educating people about different aspects of life. And I'm gonna throw in there because a lot of people were in the physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and financial, and there were many MDs there. So so they got this as well because of their research and holistic wellness and trying to get people away from pharmaceuticals, so forth and so on. So that area of the world is more prone to plant-based than we are. We're driven by pharmaceuticals as a financial gain for them and a health deterioration for us, unfortunately.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So if someone wants to learn a little bit more about this company, how can they do that? Because I know you do offer a workshop. So can you tell them a little bit about that?
Sure. So every month I do a presentation. It's about 20 minutes. I talk about who, what, why, and kind of what we're doing and our vision from a global perspective. And our vision is to really get a piece of property in each country moving forward. And what they can do is I'll put down in the comments section QR code, and they can be invited by me on my personal invitation. And in that personal invitation will be 3 links. They can watch a 3-minute video and then look at our current property line. Awesome. So, and then that way they can come in. And if they read the ebook, then they'll have a really good foundation on what we're doing from a real estate perspective. So, we all want to invest in real estate. So we own our own home. I mean, we don't own it. We have a mortgage still.
Yeah, right.
But to be able to put in, some money into something else from a commercial perspective and have that as residual income coming in, that's portfolio diversification,
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
you have to have that. You have to have that. And because I grew up like everybody else, or mostly everybody else, we were taught to be in a box and do as they say. So it was like invest in the stock market. Yep. Well, between 2001, 9/11, and 2008, I lost over $900,000.
Oh my God!
And so that was because of all the riffraff that was going on with 9/11, and then the real estate crash in 2008. And that's the only place I had my my eggs. So now I'm diversified in different projects. So diversification is where it's at. And you know what? They don't even teach this in school. They don't teach you proper finance.
They need to be teaching this in school. I mean, there's so many things that they teach that we don't really need when it comes to life.
Absolutely.
This right here would be, I mean, this is imperative for people to learn. And like you said, not having your eggs all in one basket, being able to, have stuff coming in from all different areas. I mean, and it's all about having those multiple streams coming in, right? I mean, that's what, that's how millionaires become millionaires and billionaires become billionaires, because of the fact that they have all these multiple streams, coming. So this opportunity, it sounds like it gives, people that opportunity all in one ecosystem, as you said. So that's
exactly. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Wow. Well, Jeffrey, I mean, I tell you, when we get on here, time goes by so fast. And I know you now, Dr. Jeffrey, probably have a ton of stuff to do, but please, let's go ahead and please give our audience a little bit of words of wisdom or encouragement from Dr. Jeffrey E. Berger before we close up today.
Sure. I always encourage people to keep an open mind. And you're going to have to step into your uncomfortable zone to learn something new. Too many people are stuck in their little comfort zone and they don't want to grow or explore or whatever. And that was my problem. I was a software engineer for 27 years and I was just stuck at the computer all day long. And I was sick of it. But once you open the doors to your uncomfortable zone, that's where growth starts. You start learning more and yeah, it's going to take some time. You're not going to learn it overnight. Some people do. That's great. Not me, but that's okay. But to be able to get to the next level, you have to push through, push through, push through, push through. And it's that perseverance, being consistent, and just when you fall, you get back up and keep going, keep going, keep going, because I never thought I would be in Singapore last week receiving an honorary doctorate. I even said that in my speech. I'm like, I'm just flabbergasted that I'm here. But the idea is, what can you do for the betterment of humanity? What is your purpose? What is your mission?
Right.
Find that out, because we're not here. I don't believe that we are put here to work for somebody else and make them rich, and we stay strapped in financial poverty.
Right.
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 So open the door, step into your uncomfortable zone, be comfortable in your uncomfortable zone. That's what happened to me, is that over the years, I resisted. But then as I just kept doing, I gotta get through this. I gotta get through this. Now it's fine. I just go in there and it's like, okay, I'm going to learn something. What am I going to be learning from this?
Right. Oh, I love that. Definitely get out of those comfort zones. And you know what, everybody? Get out of that comfort zone by starting. Just scan the QR code. That's what I'm going to say. Okay. Scan Jeffrey's QR codes. Get educated on, this company, and, get in the room with him on a Saturday. 20 minutes. Who does not have 20 minutes to be able to learn something new that could honestly change your life? So I want to just thank you, Jeffrey, for joining me. Thank you for being a part of the Phoenix Fitness Fanatics family. Congratulations, Dr. Jeffrey Berger. I am so proud of you, my friend. Keep on rocking it out in the world. Keep on sharing this amazing opportunity, as well as all the other amazing opportunities that you have to share. I love you so much. And everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. We love you so much, and have an amazing day. And hey, if you want to connect with Jeffrey, let me just go ahead and put that down in the ticker. You'll go ahead and you can either contact him, text him though on that phone number before, and reference this show, reference Phoenix Fitness Fanatics Magazine. Right. He knows who you are, or you can email him as well. Okay, so again, thank you so much.
Tiffany, the QR code goes to my digital business card. So that's where that QR code goes.
There you go. Go ahead and scan that code right there, and that goes right to his digital business card. So, all right, everybody, take care, and we'll see you next time.
Bye. See ya.